Okay, hello. Welcome to the Gen Z podcast, you guys. I have two Las Vegas real estate gurus, business partners, entrepreneurs, and overall good dudes.
Yes, sir.
Richard is a Viking from the motherland of Sweden.
Correct.
And Nick, you grew up here.
Yes.
On like the northwest in Vegas. Welcome to the podcast, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, you guys were out late last night.
A little bit.
It was like a power slap situation.
Power slap, yeah.
Explain what that is.
So it's...
I was trying to watch stories.
It's kind of an interesting sport. It's kind of like controversial because like me, I also do MMA, like Muay Thai. So people in that scene think it's a little goofy in a way because it's just literally two guys sitting there. Girls too, and they just take turns slapping each other as hard as they can until someone gets knocked out. So
I was watching, a couple people that I knew were there, and I was like trying to watch the story. Like, are they exaggerating when the guys just like literally fall down?
No, they literally just get, because they're getting hit on like the temple.
Got it.
So it's like
because I was
instant
like dramatic
going to sleep, and then they just fall over. And I think one guy broke his nose too.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And it's loud too. Like when they smash, it's like it's
Shut
loud,
up.
and the cloud of dust or whatever.
Do people laugh? Are people laughing or no?
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Laughing, so
wow,
it's an interesting sport.
So it's a sport.
But that's also a thing for the boys.
Yeah,
like.
For the boys.
It was like 90% boys.
A girl that I follow was there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe she likes the boys.
Maybe she likes the boys.
Yeah, because there's a lot of boys there. I say 90-10.
Should I have been to the power slap last night?
If you like the boys.
You know, if you like to network in that way, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Man, how do I get to sign up to slap people? That's what I would like to do.
Ask Dana.
Ask Dana. Ask Uncle Dana.
Okay, so you guys did post a story, and I just found out who it was. You guys met Andrew Tate last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very controversial, but I would just like to say that his brother's hotter.
That's what
Andrew Tate's brother is hotter.
That's what Turkey does. Now,
Turkey get the
way hotter. I'm just saying. How long have you been in the United States, and then how did you guys become friends?
I've been here since 2015.
And you came because you're a professional tennis player.
So I came because of tennis.
Okay.
So around 18 years old, you start getting like, if you're good, you start getting a lot of offers from the US. And then I got an offer from Vegas. I was like, I looked at the calendar. It's the 330 days of sun.
And you're like, yeah.
And Sweden is like dark and cold.
Is it really?
A lot of the time of the year. Not in the summers. In the summers, it's like 24-hour daylight.
Okay, wow.
But I was like, sign me up.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
So you went to UNLV. Mm-hmm. Okay, how was that experience?
I like UNLV a lot.
Okay, did you live on campus or like how did that work?
First year in the dorms, second year like apartment, and then third, fourth year, the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think it's very good people.
Okay.
I think Vegas is a town in general. Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
And you grew up here. And
I grew up here. I was born in New Jersey, but I just tell everyone I'm from Vegas because I was 5. So it's
I was 9. Yeah.
To kind of make things easier.
Yeah.
I was from Vegas.
Yeah.
Grew up in Centennial Hills area.
Okay.
And been here my whole life since.
Okay.
So never moved out. So.
All right. And then how did you guys become friends and meet?
Through work.
Yeah.
So through real estate, we were on the same team at one point.
Okay.
And then that's kind of how we got introduced to each other. Then from there, we just became best friends, go do everything together.
So fun.
So kind of worked out.
I was stalking you guys. Like the houses that you guys show are crazy.
Yeah. Some of them are
high-end $1 million homes.
All the way up to maybe, I think the most expensive we were in was like 40 million.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
So there's some crazy houses out there. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So we were talking before this all about relationships, and you were in a long distance relationship for a really long time, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on long distance? Because a lot of guys don't like it, and I would love a long distance relationship. I love it.
I think long distance can be good.
Okay, tell me why.
It can be very good because you have a girl, but you also have your life.
Okay.
And especially if it's long distance to another continent.
Yeah, you were doing it in another continent,
yeah,
right?
So it's 9 hours time difference.
That's crazy.
So you can only talk to her in the morning.
Yeah.
And in the evening. So you have like that time for her. And then the rest of the day you can just focus on doing your own stuff. But I would say, because I didn't see her for like 4 months. And then I see her for a couple months. And then I don't see her for 4 months. And it's hard not to fade. Like the love.
Yeah.
Because you kind of forget.
Yeah.
You kind of forget. Like after month 1, you're like, I still know her 100%.
Yeah.
Month 3, you're like,
what's going on?
Yeah.
But then you meet, and then it's like,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like every time you meet, you fall in love again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like long distance because I feel like you have to be so intentional. It's not there is no room for casual. It's like you are literally doing this because you like this person so much.
Right.
So that's, I feel like it's more intentional.
No, you have to do it with someone you trust.
Yeah, that's another thing. Everyone's like, oh, long distance, they're cheating. And I'm like, I wouldn't, but
I respect to her in my case because I was in Vegas in college.
That's
but I'm honest guy, so I was obviously loyal. But but still, she had full trust. I had full trust. It's no problem.
Yeah, and I do love that because I love being able to talk in the morning and night and like check in and then do my own thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to text all day every day. Yeah. I have a life. Like it's way too much. I start to lose myself, and I'm like, I'd rather just check in at the end of the day. Like, what do we have to talk about all day long?
You're too focused during the day, like with work and stuff. Yeah. And then if you're constantly like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, I know what you're doing. You're at work. I know. Your break's at this time. Yeah. Like we'll talk later.
Yeah, I was doing long distance and I felt like we were talking every day, and I started to feel like, okay, like I'm skipping out on like my workouts. Like I'm not doing the things that I would normally do.
Right.
Or I'm just distracted. Yeah. And so that's why I was like, okay, I can't lose myself like that. We have to have like a set time, just check in at night.
Right. Yeah, but we used to do a thing like on Snapchat. So like when she's sleeping.
Yeah.
I used to like send her snaps throughout the day.
Okay.
So you have to remember, like take like 6, 7, 8, 9 snaps per day.
Yes.
So she wakes up with like a little story from your day, basically.
Oh, that's so
cute. And then
cute.
she did the same for me.
Yeah. And how long did you guys date for?
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
3 out of 4 was long distance.
Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Would you ever do long distance?
Maybe.
A lot of guys are not. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just told you the benefits.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the benefits to it, but it also might feel weird not seeing that person all the time. So I think there's pros and cons to both. I don't really know because I haven't been in that position to actually dictate if it's good or bad, but I mean, I'd be open to see how it is, so then kind of go from there.
Okay, I love that. How old are you guys?
I'd never ask a woman for the
That's true. That's fair.
I'm 28.
I'm 25.
Okay. How's the dating scene in Vegas? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely interesting. I think it's different from maybe a lot of other places just because it's so high paced, and I don't know, the culture here is a lot of party.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends where you're looking though, because if you're going to the club all the time, like looking for a date, obviously you're gonna get a lot of, different type of girl versus if I don't know, you're at Barnes and Noble reading a book. Right. So I think that could dictate certain things too, but overall it's definitely a little different. I feel like when I travel and go other places, you feel you find a little bit more like wholesome
that's how
people.
I feel, yeah.
Whereas here you just don't really know what you're gonna get.
Right.
They're definitely like wholesome girls out there.
Yeah.
But I think the percentage is a lot lower as if you were somewhere else.
Yep.
So it's kind of a tricky market to be in.
It is. I feel like it's easier for you guys. There's a lot more beautiful women, I feel like, in Vegas.
You think so?
I think so. What are your thoughts? No?
I don't know.
Everyone roast Vegas a little bit for dating scene. I think you make it how it is.
I agree. I mean, every city that I hear in Texas, they're like, it's the worst.
But there's like 2 million people here.
Yeah.
For sure, there's plenty of people that are good. Yeah. You just gotta find them. So like, you make it how it is.
Where are we finding these?
Well, not in the nightclubs.
Not in the nightclubs.
Most likely, no. Well, it depends what you're looking for.
Where are good dudes going? Not in the club. Like, where would women go to find good Vegas guys?
If I'm a girl, I would go to an expensive gym.
Okay.
Yeah. And find someone there who works out on a Friday night.
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay. I was at an expensive gym. Guys don't approach at gyms.
No.
They don't.
No, because they're busy.
Okay, that's like how.
But if you want someone to approach you, then you can go to a bar.
Yeah.
But if you go to a gym, you're gonna find someone who's focused on work, focused on working out, but do their things.
But no one's gonna talk to each other at the gym.
Yeah.
So, then how do you connect?
You just give them the look.
Yeah. I think
and then
you give
you the look, and then you give the look again, and then there's another look.
Would you guys be weirded out if a girl approached you at a gym?
No.
Because I feel like at this point, I'm not a big fan of like girls approaching men. I think give them interest and then let them take the lead.
Take the lead.
However, I do think at a gym is the one exception where I think the girls need to approach the guy, because I don't think the guys are going to approach. They don't want to be the creepy gym guy.
Yeah, that is true.
Exactly.
Because like personally, I wouldn't want to do that. Like go up to the gym just because. One, you have like headphones in, you're working out, like I see you're in your zone, and I don't necessarily want to interrupt that.
Right.
Maybe if it's, very subtle and short within like 45 seconds to a minute that you're just kind of in and out. Maybe you just like get her info and leave. Maybe that's a good thing and see each other again, but it is a little bit more different than say if you were at a bar or something. It's like you're kind of just locked into your workout. Yeah,
because I do agree. Like an expensive gym, high quality, people are working on their bodies, they care about their health. So I feel like that's the perfect place, but nobody talks to each other.
But what do you want in a man?
I just want a good dude at this point.
A good dude.
A good guy, fun, good banter. I do like a more sober man, personally for me, because I don't drink, but it doesn't have to be all the time.
Right.
But more sober, doesn't abuse substances.
So not Nick last night.
Yeah, it was Nick.
Hey, you were there with me.
Yeah.
I think everyone wants that. Like a more sober one.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting though. I have had a hard time dating because I don't drink. I feel like guys are very weird about it.
No, that's a green flag.
It's a green flag?
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's definitely like way more respectable than if you're out getting like hammered every weekend or something.
No, it's 1,000,000% a green flag.
I feel like sometimes it's like makes the guy feel awkward, and I'm like, you can totally drink. It's just, but also here's the thing: read the room, because I was out actually a couple weekends ago, and I met this guy, and he was like so incredible, and I was like, oh my gosh, like we hit it off so well. And I was telling him like I don't drink, so he came out to meet me and my friends at like a country bar or whatever, and he was like, that's so respectable, that's great. But I've dated guys that are like a little bit more respectful. Like they'll only drink just a little bit while we're out, and then that's fine. Homeboy didn't care, Homeboy did not care. I counted how many drinks, and I was like, holy shit. Crazy thing is, he didn't even seem drunk. And that was even more concerning to me too. Because I was like, oh.
Heavyweight.
He's like, I need more
heavyweight. Like this. But like, I love that he was respectful. Like he didn't try to like pressure me to drink, but he also didn't care enough to like ease up a little bit.
Maybe he didn't want you to drink because he wanted all the drinks for himself.
True.
He's like, I'll drink for you.
I was like, what?
I got you.
1 or 2 drinks, cool.
Relax, chill. But if you're going crazy, like 7, 8 drinks, like you said, like,
and
read
not
the room.
one sign that he was drunk, and I was
that's
like,
weird. But I think that's good, because maybe that's him.
True.
And if that's him, that's a perfect filter to not be with you then.
For sure.
Because you didn't like it.
And it was so sad. I was like, damn it. I was watching it and I was like, our lifestyles aren't going to work, you know? And I'm like, dang it.
But it's better to know then.
For sure.
Than like find out later, oh, this guy is like a raging alcoholic.
For sure.
But let's flip it.
All right.
What if we want to find a high value woman?
What is that?
Is a good question.
What is a high value woman? From a male perspective, I would love to hear it.
Nick, what do you think, man?
What makes a high value woman?
That's a good question. I think there's a lot of different qualities that could make a woman high quality. Okay. I think it could also range from man to man depending on their lifestyle as well. I think depending on which like level of life they're in, that could change.
For sure, I could see that.
So personally, I think right now, like a woman, like you said, that's more sober, that's not going out all the time, getting like super drunk, raging at a club. I feel like that's kind of a red flag because you're not.
That's a
massive
kind of red flag.
So girls at the clubs are.
Yeah. Say like if you're constantly clubbing, like unfortunately, that's just kind of a red flag.
How often is clubbing appropriate? That's right. Well, but see, that's the thing. Okay, so how often is clubbing for a woman like appropriate? Like for your high value, like someone that you would want?
I think it depends on.
We are in Vegas.
Yeah, I guess it depends what the scenario is on why you're there.
Okay. Yeah.
Like maybe like a birthday party or something. I can get like you're going out, you're celebrating something, but if you're just like, I don't know, it's like Friday. I got nothing to do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have nothing to do. Like that kind of maybe dictates certain things in your lifestyle that are different.
Okay.
On top of that, I would say, me personally, if I was looking at like, obviously you got to be like super kind, caring, want to like protect the man spiritually, mentally, physically, be there kind of as like the, not backbone, but you know, like very supportive of what he's doing in life and kind of see the vision that he has that he's trying to build as well. I think that's super important. And kind of just falling into like maybe more traditional feminine ways with the man. I think that's important to have that relationship with each other and kind of have that balance.
So what does that mean to you as far as like the traditional roles? Are you okay with like a woman and having a career?
Yeah.
Or do you want her to be?
Not.
No.
He's like, nah.
No,
Richard's
of course,
like, no.
of course. I think that's why I'm not going to be like, no, you can't not do that. Obviously, it'd be great to be in a position where she could have the option not to if she wants to. I think that's important for the man to do too, to be able to have the option for his woman, especially if you're having kids too or multiple kids and you don't want it to all, you know, fall back on her as well to maintain both a job and taking care of the kids, because being a mother is one of the most important jobs in the world.
For sure. Yeah.
So if you can make a lifestyle where she could either just take that time off or just have the option not to, I think that's
I think she
ideal.
can work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ideally, I think she will work either if she's at home with all the kids. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
And she has the option to work, but she doesn't have to. I think that's a nice thing for a woman.
For sure.
But I also think working together is more ideal. Yeah. If you're gonna work.
Yeah.
Because then, let's say you want to go somewhere where you need, like, let's say I go to Europe.
Yeah.
And I want to leave like in a week.
Instead of like her to be able to go too.
Instead of like, let me ask my boss.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take time off. Like, that's for me. That's too much.
Right.
I'd rather be like same schedule, so we can just go
I love
wherever.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what makes a high value woman, Richard?
What makes my greenest flag is kindness.
Kindness.
Nah,
okay.
Someone who's like super kind.
Yep.
And you come. I think, like he said too, like it's different depending on what man you are too.
Yes.
Yeah. I say like if you have a super stressful life, you have like 10 businesses and you're doing a lot of things, you want to come home and you want someone like to be super peaceful.
Yeah. That's what. Okay, so I think men want peace, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
100%.
I hate all this rhetoric. These girls are like, they're playing games with these men, and I'm like, yeah, that might work for a second, but like men want peace. Genuinely, if they're gonna settle down with you, they want peace. Like they don't want toxic. This fighting, but some guys do like toxic.
But some people are messed up in all the ways.
True.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of people. Yeah, so there's a flavor for everyone.
There's like a scenario kind of for everyone, but overall, like you said,
men want peace, right?
Yeah. I think if you're super busy and you're like working a lot and every single day all you do is problem solve, you don't want to come home and problem solve with your woman because she's the problem.
Absolutely not. That is
But if you have like a normal life and you work a little bit, then maybe you like a little bit toxic.
Yeah,
a little spice. You're like, you can handle all this.
Exactly.
Like, maybe I can.
Maybe I can. Maybe I want to.
So I think it depends.
What about you? What do you think is a high value man?
Character.
Okay.
Character. I obviously want more of a sober man, someone who cares about their health, someone who's a good man, like when people are watching, when they're not watching. Right. Someone who has a provider mentality, but I am very clear on like, because I have my own career, I genuinely don't look for money as like my main thing, which I feel like a lot of women do, and they give us kind of a bad rap, but I understand. To me, a provider means I'm so in my masculine as a woman in my career because I have to be, or I'm a single mom. Right. So I'm like running shit, you know, like I'm in my masculine. So for me, I want my man to lead. Like I would gladly come home and step and be more in my feminine role. Like I want to shut off my brain. I don't want to have to do that. Like I'll let you lead, like you do it. Right. So someone who has a provider mentality that wants that, but not necessarily having like paying my bills. I don't necessarily need that, but someone who's kind, who has empathy, and who's fun, who just doesn't take life too.
But I think money is also an indicator how capable you are.
Yeah, so true. Okay, so and I know, and I could be. And, it could be. And I do say that like, of course, that's ideal, but that's not my main thing. Like, how much do you make? Like, you know, that's on my lower like list. To me, a provider is like making me feel safe, seen, understood. Someone who is a cheerleader for me to like pursue my dreams. You know, if I like come home and be like, I want to quit my podcast, or like I want to quit.
But
like,
after this one,
I'm like, I'm out, dude. Like, and I want them to be like, no, like you've got, you know, like you got this, like something like that. Yeah, I just genuinely love like being with someone like my best friend. So, what are red flags for you guys in women and dating?
Oof. You want to take this one?
Yeah, first? I know Richard's like that.
I'll have a red flag and then you can have a red flag.
Let's hear it.
Okay, all right.
I'll start with the club one.
Club,
Someone who's clubbing too much. Red flag. You're not ready to settle down, in my opinion.
Yeah. You? Clubbing too much.
I would say indecisiveness.
Okay.
Like trying to get into a relationship, but you also don't know exactly what you want. mainly because I've had that red flag in the past as well.
For
with
sure.
being indecisive, and I feel like it's a red flag because it's kind of like it's a game at the same time. You may want one thing, then you may want the other thing. So I find that now as a red flag of like, being grounded is definitely more of a green flag versus kind of scattered indecisiveness.
Right.
Yeah.
Poor communication.
Yeah.
Poor communication.
Red flag.
Red flag. Yep. Can't communicate.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever ghosted? Go into poor communication. There's a lot of ghosting that happens.
Yeah, I've ghosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not because I want to ghost or like hurt feelings. It's just I have other things to do.
Yeah.
And then you forget, and then you're like, oh, I forgot completely about this person.
But you never forget someone that you care about.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
like if you can whoops, you're not into them.
Yeah, that's why even if you text a girl who you think is super pretty or whatever, and they don't text you back, like, okay.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Then she doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
Okay, move on.
Move on. I feel like there's a lot of like fear of rejection and like approaching, but like shoot or shoot, right? You got to shoot. Like, who cares? What do you have to lose?
I will say, in our experience being friends, honestly, at first I was a bit more afraid of like the rejection part of things, but he kind of helped break through that barrier. Just being a good friend of like rejection is a good thing.
Yeah,
because you just got to get. Sounds weird, but you just got to get like the reps in of
do.
just getting out there and being yourself. And if you get rejected, like it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I feel like it kind of fuels you to keep doing it.
Yeah,
because then it's just like it's just progress.
And everyone's just a human.
Yeah.
And everyone is there. And if they're at a bar, they
Yeah.
probably want to talk to people.
Yeah,
And if you're nice and you're a good vibe, they probably want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to talk to you, you say, have a beautiful night and leave.
Yeah, right.
And
And it's okay.
Yeah.
So I definitely learned that more so recently.
Like, you don't go up like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so
not
what's
that.
the art of it? No, do you guys approach? If you see a cute girl, would you approach?
Yeah.
He's hesitating.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, you would.
I would approach.
You should.
Yeah. I've seen
I would
you do it.
I speak my mind. So if I see like she has a beautiful outfit, I would tell her she has a beautiful outfit.
love
And if
that.
it leads to something, cool.
Yeah.
That's actually a great way to approach. Like, I love your outfit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's easy and it's
It's like
like
a subtle compliment.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
if like they'll continue the conversation. If,
Yeah, then you see their interest level, and then is that approaching?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Because
it's
that's
something
like approaching is like, hey, my name is this.
No, because I
No,
think
no.
we need to do more of that, where
Yeah.
it's like not a lot of pressure.
Just
It's more of a
breaking-
vibe check.
It's just like
Yeah.
vibe check,
Yeah.
and it's like you're human. It's like okay.
You're human. You're in a bar.
Do you guys like
Yeah.
when girls approach you out?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously like
Yeah.
ideal to just be like hanging out and then someone comes up. It's, a little
Okay.
bit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a 10, it's fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Yeah,
kinda
you're
fun.
like,
It's
you're
fun.
like
It's fun.
yes.
It kind of
it's
makes
fun.
you feel cooler, You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
So, what are some ways women can like show interest but not approach you guys and like give you the green light to approach?
Eyes.
Eyes, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like all
It's
the.
kind of awkward. I'm like really bad at eye contact, I think.
I think if it's just like quick, like 1.5 second,
Yeah.
then maybe a couple minutes later it happens again. And I feel like after the second
you're just
time,
like-
it's kind of
Yeah.
like the green light. Yeah.
Because I'm super outgoing, but for some reason, like if I'm like looking at you, like I'll get like crazy. Like I'll be like,
I'll be like, red flag.
Yeah,
Let's
like-
leave. No.
Like, she's not okay over there.
yeah, I'm like spazzing.
Like, she's
like,
on
just, like-
drugs.
Yeah, she's on drugs.
Or she
Yeah.
claims she's sober.
I'm like, okay, so eye
I
contact.
think eyes is probably like the easiest.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just hitting with
Is
it.
the smile?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then you
that
gotta
works
know. Then you gotta have the eyes.
And
first.
then if they don't come though, and you're
That
like,
is a risky.
Then you're
that
like-
that
is
is risky. Yeah, you're like, all right,
Have a good night.
cool.
You have to be pretty confident to know, like, all right, this is gonna work. Let me.
Okay, so my girlfriend has this pickup line, and I want to throw it to you guys. She's obsessed with it. So she goes up to a guy, like in a crowded, wherever, like a bar or whatever.
Right.
She whispers in your ear, "How does it feel to be the cutest guy in the room?"
Oof.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say so.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, that wasn't good.
But also-
Go
Yeah.
back over there. No, I think it. Yeah,
But whispering is a crazy move.
yeah, that is.
The what?
Whispering.
whisper.
Yeah,
Whispering's a crazy
the
move?
whispering is a little bit of a crazy move.
Is it?
Because that's like in your personal space.
Ooh.
But I think
You
it
know?
works. I think
Yeah.
it works. Yeah, I think if the guy was going up to the girl whispering, it might be a little bit more like creepy vibes.
Yeah, you
I
can't
feel
do
like
that.
it's like more of you
Okay.
got to do like more of like
A
the
guy walking up.
subtle. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
No.
There is a double standard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
there
you
is.
But
can't
it's a
go
good
up
double
and
standard.
whisper. I mean,
But-
it's risky. You could, like, if it was a guy that was like super hot and I was like wanting him to approach, like, he could probably say anything, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, you're have to get away with it unless it's like super loud environment where you can't hear.
Okay.
And then you start screaming in her ear.
Yeah,
then maybe that works, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay. What are you guys currently looking for in a partner, future partner?
I say peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
I think peace is
Love
definitely,
that.
I agree with him on that. Yeah, peace and
shared vision.
Do you guys have a type, like physical type? Or no, are you just an equal opportunity employer?
No DEI hire. You have a type.
What's your type?
You definitely have a type.
I definitely have a little bit of a type, yeah.
Really? Okay,
I
what
would
is it?
say, man, I don't know.
Oh, Richard will answer for you. What's his type? What's his type?
No.
Let's see how well you know me.
No, I want to see if you say it.
I would say I like more like petite women.
Okay.
I like longer hair.
Okay. Blonde or brunette?
Brunette hair.
Fuck the brunettes, dude.
I think you like a short brunette.
Yeah, short brunette. Yeah. Short brunette's more my type.
You know what's
Like a
so
cute
funny?
brunette.
I feel like when I was younger, like in my early 20s, I was like blondes were where it's at. Now I feel like the older it's brunettes, and I feel very triggered. And I'm like, should I dye my hair brown?
No, keep it blonde.
Nah,
Keep it blonde, you think?
keep it,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm like,
More Swedish vibes.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Should I go to Sweden?
You
Is
should.
that where my man is?
Yeah.
Sweden's a good place.
Probably.
Yeah.
They love blondes.
A
I
lot
need
of
to go.
Swedish people are high quality, I would say.
High quality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, really high quality
Yeah.
people.
All right.
You can find a wife. in
Okay.
Sweden, and or a husband.
Okay.
Sweden. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, it's like actually good people.
Okay. I want to ask you guys genuinely be so for real. Okay.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
for real, not
Yeah.
politically correct.
100%.
There's so much rhetoric about dating and like sleeping with a guy too soon and all this stuff. And it's like the rules are crazy. So I would genuinely want to know if a woman sleeps with you on the first date.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
It is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are like, no, it genuinely doesn't matter. Like, if you like the girl, like, you'll pursue her after. Will you still pursue someone that sleeps with you on the first date?
For different reasons.
Right, but not to actually settle down.
No, it depends what you're looking for.
Right.
Okay, but someone who you see a future with, that's a no.
Probably not. I mean, you
So-
can't say a hard no, but probably not.
Probably
Yeah.
not. What's an appropriate time to get intimate with someone that you're dating that you want to like a longer future with?
Intimate, like full blown. Everything.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the vibe. Sometimes it's very
Yeah,
hard not
They
to.
say that depends on the vibe. But what if you're vibing on the first date, but still it's like no? Do you immediately put them into casual?
I don't even go for a kiss for the first date.
Thank you so
Yeah, I'd
much.
say maybe like, I don't know.
Okay, it is so awkward. I don't think people should kiss on the first date.
It's kind of weird, you know? Like, you've known each other for like an hour, 2 hours.
It's weird. It
And you're just
stresses
like-
me out, and I feel like it's weird to like feel an obligation. Like, oh,
Like
you
the
bought me
tension to do
dinner,
it. Yeah.
so then I owe you a kiss. Like,
Right.
I'm just genuinely here to like get to know you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like first date, no, let's just hug. Thank you so much. Get to know.
Yeah.
Second date, I feel like kiss is okay.
Okay, what about
second
after?
Second or third, yeah.
After your date, who should contact who?
Okay, I've talked to a lot of guys. I don't know what it is, but younger girls, a lot of my guy friends that are younger say that they don't say thank you after the date, which I think is a wild thing. So anytime I go on a date, afterwards, I always text, thank you so much. I really appreciated that. I had so much fun. Even if I'm not even like, I don't want to go on a second date with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like express gratitude. So I always text immediately after the date.
Right.
I don't think a lot of younger girls do that. Have you guys?
That's very nice.
It is really like.
I think
respectful
expressing
thing to do.
gratitude
Yeah.
is something that I don't think men get all the time. At least for
Right.
my
That's
guy
the
friends, they say that.
easiest way to make a man happy. Just
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
happy and thankful.
Just be grateful.
Yes.
Right.
So, but I think that's maybe an age thing because, like, I was hanging out with my guy friend that's 25 in Texas, and he was like, "Girls my age, like, they don't say thank you," which is crazy to me.
It is crazy. I actually haven't had that like on the.
So most girls say thank you.
Yeah.
That's
all
good.
Of them have, yeah.
Okay,
All of
good.
them
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I would
that's a
say so.
crazy concept to me.
Yeah.
So I think like after the date, I'll always say thank you so much, but I think it's up to the guy after that
To take initiative.
to
kinda
take initiative
control
and ask for a
right,
second
yeah.
date. What do you
Yeah,
guys think? Do you agree?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think the thank you message, if you reply with something kind of vague and they want to keep the conversation going,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a good sign that
Okay.
they want to keep
Yeah,
going.
I think the girl could show a sign for like wanting to go on a second date. Like if I like, oh, you know, maybe next time we'll go here. Kind
Yeah.
of like planting that seed. But then
Okay.
I think it's up to the guy to actually like notice she said that and then actually take initiative to be like, okay, let's
Yeah.
do this next. What are you doing
Right.
this time, this day?
So if you like a girl, are you setting up a date like once a week? Like what do you guys like? What's the time frame?
I think it depends like how busy we are too, because sometimes
Right.
like with work we're like running around, maybe we're out of state or something. I say like once a week.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like on the weekends.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good. I feel like anything after that, when you're first meeting someone, again, it kind of just feels like okay, like where is this really going?
Right.
It's like once a month or something. It's like
Yeah, no.
it's like I
If
think
you
if
liked a
you're
girl, you would see
genuinely
her.
interested. Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
want to do like once a week on the weekend.
Right.
Or something,
Yeah.
For sure.
But
Okay.
you have kids.
I have 2. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
How old were you when you got your first one?
I was 26 when I had my first.
You recommend 26?
Well,
Or would
so
you go earlier or later?
I don't know. I grew up Mormon, so I had a lot of pressure to get married really young. And so I got married, like culturally, that's like what you do. I had kids. I didn't have kids. Like usually they're like younger.
Mormons.
I
gotta
know.
say, when I play for UNLV, every time we play any Utah team,
Yeah.
we go up to like BYU, whatever.
Yeah.
If you go on Tinder, easiest place to meet a woman.
Really?
Yeah, for the night.
For real?
Yes.
Mormons are crazy.
Yeah.
I was
I feel like
so good though. I like did nothing.
But I feel like you're either good and you're locked in,
I'm
or you're like
locked in.
completely rebellious.
Yes.
Jack
And then
Mormon.
It's the easiest.
Exactly. They call it a Jack
Yeah,
Mormon.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it
they're
was at
either
our
the
school.
craziest, wildest, or
Yes,
they're so.
yeah.
I was so good and locked in.
And if you're on Tinder, they're probably the craziest wildest. So.
I think it's
Yeah.
maybe because
yeah.
like just from what I've seen and going to like a school where
Yeah.
majority of it was there, I think it's because maybe you agree with me because it's so closed off in certain
Yes.
ways and strict
Yes.
that it builds that rebellious character
For
in
sure.
certain
sure.
certain people that are part of it, and then I
Yeah.
think that's
And then
why they're
one
like
swipe away.
super crazy. Yeah,
Yeah. But
I think maybe that is the cause of it in
Yeah.
the Mormon world.
yeah. To go back to your question, I think there's pros and cons. Like I'm still open to having another baby. So like I would like to meet someone without kids. I'd rather give them their own baby.
Right.
I will be older. I will be a fun, like better mom because I'm older.
Right.
It's better for your body if you have them younger.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
like
Yeah.
you're not as tired and stuff like that. I really love my 30s. Like 30s are fun, you guys. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
But like 20s, yeah, you're kind of like more poor. You're like,
Figuring it out
you're
still.
figuring
yeah,
out,
yeah.
like, yeah.
When should he have a kid? How old should he be when he has a
Me.
kid?
5.
25.
Well, your brain
I'll
just
take that right
developed,
now.
right?
No, it's 26.
26. So
After-
don't be
he's
doing
still
anything.
developing.
I literally
Yeah.
was married and had a baby before my brain was developed. So that's crazy.
I'm almost there.
You're almost
I'm
there.
almost there.
I don't know. I think when you start getting in your early 30s though, and you're not like wanting to settle down, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like really, at what point are we going to like?
Well, in your early 30s.
Yeah, I think in your 20s, you're in your process, you're building. I think if you get as a man in your early 30s and you're like, I don't know, I'm still wanting to like hook up and stuff. I'm like,
Okay,
Just at
quick-
least have some type of like
or like figuring out my
vision that
dating
you
goals.
want.
Like,
Right,
what the
okay,
fuck?
Quick question.
Okay,
though.
talk to me, yeah.
When is a girl's prime and when is the guy's prime?
I mean, I'm biased, but I'm telling you that my prime is now.
Okay.
That's why I like dating younger guys because the older guys my age are tired and jaded and weird. And I'm like in my prime. Like, I think as a woman, you don't figure yourself out till like age 30, genuinely. I think we go through so much in our 20s of like feeling like less than, our self-esteem, like all these things. I don't have a lot of money. Now I feel like once I turned 30, I was like, oh, like I know who I am and I love myself and I figured it out. So I feel like women in their 30s are more in their prime and men are more like, I would say like late 20s in their prime.
Late
Late
20s?
20s.
I think so. Yeah. I'm dead serious. Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think the opposite.
Yeah, I was,
Really?
I was
I would say
thinking the
women
opposite
like
too.
24, 22,
No,
23.
no.
And men like
they're
37,
in their prime
38.
as far as their body is
Yeah.
hot and
Yeah.
banging, cool.
I used to say like
I feel like your
they look
body,
better.
of course, sure, as a 23, 24-year-old, yeah, you're hot. But those girls don't know who they are.
True.
And they don't. They genuinely don't. So like if you want that peace that you're talking about and referring to, I feel like the older, like late 20s in the 30s women have it figured out.
Guy side, you're like in the 20s, just kind of also figuring out
You are.
yourself and like
And like
building
it takes
it
time
up,
to build
yeah,
a good
and like
physique
and
figuring
everything.
out and kind of like you're filling in. You're kind
Yeah.
of now starting to gain more weight. You're maybe excelling a little bit more in your career.
Yeah.
And then I feel like maybe like 30 to 35 is like maybe that. This is just
Sweet
my
spot,
sweet
like to
spot
settle down,
of like
right?
your mind is
Yeah.
fully developed. You know, you're probably a bit more excelled in your business
Yeah.
or more
Yeah.
successful in it versus when you're 25 to 32.
Yeah.
And then just kind of overall more filled into like the man, like as like a grown man versus kind of more like a boy in a way.
Yeah, I get that. I guess I'm talking like maybe sexual prime. I don't know.
Sexual
women
prime?
are older in that, and that's why I feel like there's like this older woman, like younger men era going on.
Okay.
The young stallion.
Young stallion.
So like how old is too old for a guy then?
Like for me to date, I'm not normal.
Well, I guess for you or like to be. Because you said most of them are like, you know, kind of jaded.
So here's my thing. Okay. I'm very anti guys my age and older, and I know that that's very controversial. This is why.
But we are too for women.
I was in such a long-term relationship that I've only been single for 3 years.
Okay.
So for me, and I was married at 22, and I was with him since I was 20. So I didn't really have my 20s. So I have like a really like fresh perspective in dating. Like I'm experiencing things that people in their 20s would experience.
Right.
Because I never dated. Like I was with him since I was 20.
Right.
So I feel like I have like a fresh perspective on dating. Like I love. Like I'm not jaded and weird.
Right.
The guys my age, and I like people made fun of me, and I literally just dated a guy my age, and he was a complete psycho, unhinged, unwell, and I was like, that's why I don't date them, because if you've been single for so long and you're in your late 30s or whatever,
you're like, why? What's the reason to it?
And I don't like to say that either, because like everyone has weird stories. Like people could be like, oh, like because I have like baggage or whatever, but like I don't like that.
Everyone's baggage.
Yeah,
right. And they're not baggage; it's like a part of me, but. I think the longer that you're single and older, you become very jaded and negative about love in general and dating. And you've been around for so long, and dating's a numbers game. And so you go through a lot of shit. You're looking for needle in haystack.
Right.
So you go through a lot, and it takes a lot to date because it's like over and over again. It doesn't work out. When you're like 39 and that's been 39 years of that, they're like negative and weird. Totally weird. I've had the most unhinged experiences with guys like my age and older. Really? I got ghosted by a 44-year-old. That's crazy. Doesn't know how to communicate. 44. Like, that's nuts.
Maybe just didn't know how to text, you know?
I guess. And then this 39-year-old, like, we like talked for 2 weeks, had one date. And I was like, I'm not really feeling it. And he like freaked out and said I rejected him and weird stuff. I was like, this is one date.
There's a lot of weirdness.
So I don't know. I feel like the younger guys are just not as jaded and weird.
But I would say this though. Let's say you're like 30.
Yeah.
For example, as a guy.
Yeah.
And you want 4 kids.
Yeah. You're gonna go younger women, right?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you meet someone who's, let's say, your age.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
And you want to know them before you commit.
Right.
So like, let's say
it's
that
like
takes
a couple years in.
3 years maybe, and then propose, and then marriage.
Yeah, and then
it's like she's 36.
Yeah, you got 4
and now
kids,
you've got to start having
Yeah.
So like logically, you kind of have to go younger.
For men, like if you want
22.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
23. No.
I mean, like to have kids, but like, do you want to hang out with a 22-year-old? Like, legitimately?
It depends.
Those girls. I mean, I know they're hot, but like, mentally, are you like?
Totally depend on the woman.
Yeah, I think it just depends
There's
on the
some
woman.
crazy 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds.
That's true. They're all
20-year-olds.
crazy. Yeah, it's case by case.
Yeah, it's just like very much
who you attract, and also just like how you frame it with the relationship of what's going to go on. I feel like you could maybe feel it out of how it may be.
Yeah.
Also, it's hard to tell, but
the number one cheat code in dating or in relationship in general
cheat code
is be 100% yourself at all times.
Yeah. I agree with that
because it filters out everyone who shouldn't be close to you. Everyone who should be close to you, they come close because they vibe with you.
Absolutely. You know? So you should just show your cards right away.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Just be yourself all the time.
If it's not meant to work, it's not meant to work.
Exactly.
And then you figure it out right away.
Go to the next one, figure it out.
Because everyone knows what to say.
Yeah.
On a date, you know what to say for a girl to like you. The girl knows what to say for you to like her. So then it's game. Just be, I'd say that I'm like, be 100% yourself.
Absolutely.
From the start.
I agree with that.
And then you figure out much faster.
If you're trying to be like fake and like hold on to it because you're maybe just attracted to looks or whatever it may be, or you're scared of getting rejection, it's just going to do yourself more damage in the future anyways, because you can't attain that look or feel to that person forever. It's gonna die eventually. Whether it's in 1 week or 3 months, it's gonna be more stressful for you to keep up the act. And then eventually you're just gonna get more hurt in the end.
That's why I respect the guy who had 7 drinks with you.
No,
He was
actually, you're
himself.
100%. He was himself. Yeah. And I
And
really,
if
really
you're
liked
a
him.
heavyweight too, you'd be like, hey, perfect match.
No, you're actually so right on that. I'm actually grateful he did show me his, you know.
Because he could also
and it wasn't that he was
normal.
a bad guy. He was awesome. But I just was like, wow, I observed it and I was like, logistically, like that's not gonna work.
No, but
like,
he could be tactical, have 1 or 2 drinks, and be like super respectful.
Yep, and then I'm 3 months into it, and then he's actually like a raging
chugging a bottle of
alcoholic.
vodka,
Yeah, like
you want
I go to bed and he's drinking, you know.
Yeah, it's like just one shot. Come on.
No, you're right. I actually do. That's a great perspective.
Yeah, I think
just put it all on the
100% authenticity.
I try
all the
to be
time.
really authentic as well. I just don't care. Like I like you. Like, do you like me? Yes or no? Like, whatever. Like
no
you know,
games.
there's
No
games.
like fake.
If you're gonna
cards.
text me, I'm gonna freaking text you back because I have my phone all the time.
Right.
I'm not waiting a certain amount of time.
But to roast this guy up. But that's
Do
like,
what?
I do. I can't double text, but I'm like, I don't care. You
Who
send the
the
message.
hell cares?
That's what I'm
Double
saying.
text?
That's what I'm saying. There's
But
no
I know
games.
it's all those rules, like
No,
double
but-
text. Like who the fuck cares?
Not for me. If I want to text someone, I
Right.
text someone.
Yeah.
And if they don't respond, okay. They're
But
not
you're
for me.
right.
Because then if
Exactly.
I want to text, I text.
But
And
if
they
you're
don't-
authentic in who you are in dating, it's gonna you're gonna find your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that now. You're like always yourself now.
Well, yeah, no, it took a couple of trials.
Like, yo, what should I say?
Yeah, exactly. No. Just
Well, I mean,
say-
at
I'm
first-
like, what would Nick say? You say something
What
you
would
would
Nick
say.
say?
But when you're first getting back into the dating scene
scary.
too, you also don't want to mess up too much. I guess that's the perspective you go into it, but then you have to realize you're gonna mess up, and it's gonna be like trial and error with
just
it.
people.
Because there's just people.
Yeah.
But when you're first getting back into it, you're just like a little tight because you're like, I don't know, like
I know.
it's been a
It's
while.
scary. It's
like
scary.
what is the right and wrong thing? Because when it's been a while, you don't really know what right and wrong is.
Yeah.
And you're 100% good human. So you
Yes.
don't want to be disrespectful or make someone
Right, I
uncomfortable.
get that.
Exactly.
So that's respectful.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
if you're
just-
yourself, you won't make anyone
right because
uncomfortable.
I'm like you think in the back of your head like, oh, is this right or wrong? Because you're also thinking of like
Yeah.
how the other person may
Major
feel.
overthinker.
Yeah, I am too. I am an overthinker. I have a problem.
But
with
then
that.
I just came to the conclusion of like it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
Like it's fine. Like rejection, no rejection,
But here's
whatever.
the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I tell my girlfriends, you literally can't fuck up what's meant for you.
Yeah.
If they like you, you could be the weirdest person and you would find, if you liked the girl, you would find it charming.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So like it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, I have 2 things that I think how guys screw up before the first date. Are you ready?
Okay.
I want to hear your perspective.
Okay.
2 things if you want to fuck it up before you go on a date. 2 things. Sending a girl a selfie.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys,
Okay.
please. Girls can send selfies. Guys, it is such a risky move. There's probably 2 guys who have sent me selfies where I'm like, hell yeah.
Why would you send a selfie?
I don't
Like
know,
what
but
is the
they
scenario?
do.
Do they just send it randomly? Like
trying to
selfie,
think.
like
I
see you
just-
at 5, or is it just
I don't know
0%
why guys do
chance.
it.
I'll
Dude,
send a selfie.
Like, but again, it like goes back to being who you are. Be who you are.
yeah.
But
Selfie
like
king. Okay.
from the time of meeting or like matching on a dating app to the first date, I feel like you can fuck it up in 2 ways. Sending a girl a selfie, because 9 times out of 10, it's so bad. It is so bad.
What's worse, selfie or dick pic?
All of it. All of it. That's true. I mean,
Or both.
you send a dick pic, you're not
Both
going
in
on
the
the
same
date
shot.
unless
Yeah.
unless they're wanting to just hook up. That's the only way
Okay,
that's
yeah.
gonna go.
Okay.
But like guys send selfies. Like we know our angles. Like we know how to look cute. Like we can send selfies. Men don't send selfies. It's gonna ruin it. I'm like,
Boomer
oh
selfie.
shit, I liked you.
I'm just
And now
trying
I'm
to think of like why would
giving-
they send it? In
They
the first
send them.
place?
They send them.
That's
I don't
weird.
know why.
I don't know. I hate it. Or like they'll be like, I'm at work right now and I'm sending it, and I'm like, no. They're like, I'll get the ick. Like I'll get the
That
ick.
is a little cringe. Like if they're just sending
That is
it
cringe.
randomly with a
But
text,
unless
like,
you're
I don't know.
super hot, there's a couple times where I'm like, damn, okay, I
you
like
get away
it.
with
But
it.
like that's probably 2 people out of my entire dating ever. And then the second thing is over texting. So I don't know how you guys feel, but I would prefer, because I'm busy, you guys are busy.
Right.
Let's just like match or meet at, like, say we meet at like a going out, get my phone number, set up a date, maybe text me like 1 or 2 times here and there, check in, go on the date. I don't want to try to get to know you over text or like over
I agree.
texting.
I
Because
agree.
then it like creates this false sense of like closeness. And then I get in person and I'm like, the energy's not there. Like
I think it's good to
vibe.
save it for the first date.
I
Like,
agree.
I feel like it just kind of introduce yourself, maybe talk a little bit, like, you know, where are you from, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then save the rest for
So over texting.
Because then you're just having more conversation in person too. It's a little bit more like intentional,
right?
And it's more like fresh and new. You're hearing tonality, you're seeing their facial expressions instead of like a bunch of bubbles on your screen and emojis.
Yeah,
I guess I can throw it off.
It could be very nice vibes on text too, though.
Like
you're texting, the other one is texting, you're like,
but sometimes I love the banter of text, and then I get in person and it's different, and I'm like, oh man, I've had that happen a lot.
But I feel like at least like for the first time meeting, it's
save all the questions for the
a lot
date.
of the questions for the first. I mean, maybe
it's true. It does.
Yeah, it depends. And for everyone too, someone maybe loves it over texting too.
Yeah.
And then they should be with someone who loves over texting. You know.
Yeah.
So you see both sides.
I like over texting after. Like after we meet up for the first time.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's more chances to fuck it up or like to get the ick. Like just keep it really simple and then meet up on the date, and then if you guys vibe, then continue. Like you could over text or whatever.
Okay, so if you get the ick over text, don't you think you would get the ick in real life too then?
Probably.
So isn't it good that you got the ick over text and then you don't have to go to the date?
That's true. Maybe.
And it saves him a couple dollars too.
True.
That's true.
People, I don't know.
I see what you mean too, but I also see like also leaving.
You want to meet the person in real life.
But it depends how long it is before you're meeting them in person. Like if you're meeting them at like the next day or like 2 days before, it's probably better. But maybe if you're like 2 weeks out from meeting for whatever reason, then I can see why it makes sense to text more because you still want to get to know the person before the first date. But if it's closer, I would leave it more in like a mysterious way of like, okay, we're going here. Like we'll talk about what we're going to talk about.
Don't be sending selfies. That's fine if you're going to talk for 2 weeks. Don't be sending selfies.
Okay, maybe I'm psycho, but I like calling more. Always like calling more.
I think calling is better too.
It's underrated. Talk on the phone.
Yes.
FaceTime is chef's kiss to me.
Yeah.
Do you like FaceTime?
No.
Why?
I like AirPods and doing stuff and then talk.
Okay.
I prefer just call too. I think.
Okay.
I don't know because I feel like if I'm walking around, like my phone's down here anyways, and like it's not set up anyways.
From the awkward angle.
That's true.
It's not like I'm sitting at the desk like I'm on a Zoom call or something. It's everywhere anyway. So I think calls are obviously best.
How do you feel about voice memos? Because I love voice memos.
Like, what do you mean?
Like the recording voice and then sending it as a text, and then you can hear.
I think it works, but I feel like if I'm busy too, it expires in a couple minutes. Like I'm gonna forget what you said.
No, but it can be cute, but it can also be so like so so I was actually and then you're like, what is going on?
Because I think it shows
very
like
inefficient.
tonality. Okay,
it's inefficient.
I like it. Okay, so you'd rather be on the phone.
It's good for tonality, but I'd rather just talk to you live.
Yeah.
Because then it's like now I gotta process what you're saying, and then now I gotta hit the button.
He's 25. He's not fully developed.
Yeah, that's true. Your sweet brain. Okay.
Next year you can.
Next year
I'll hop on voice memos.
Okay,
but
all right.
right now
next
it's
year,
just phone calls.
Phone calls. Yeah, too much for that brain. I love that.
A question for you too. What is your opinion on dating apps? Do you think it's the best way, right?
I'm very anti-dating app. I was very intentional last year of not being on the dating apps. And I was like, I'm determined to meet people organically.
Right.
And I was really proud of myself because I probably was on a dating app for like 2 months. And every guy I dated or I went on dates with, I met out in the wild or through mutual friends. I only met one guy from a dating app last year. That being said, I did get on the dating apps like for when I went to Texas this last time.
Right.
And I had a lot of success. Like I went on a bunch of dates with it. I don't like the dating apps in Vegas. I've tried them. I don't think it's great. I think you might have better.
I think
your age group probably.
I don't know. So do you think the dating apps are better for men or for women?
Okay, first of all, I'm anti-dating app because I feel like it's ruined dating culture.
But then who's on dating apps?
But
I don't think high quality people are on dating apps.
I don't think so either.
No. And I genuinely don't think that they are. But people meet their like wives and husbands on.
I don't think it's high quality people either. It's people just kind of like messing around. But there's also I feel like a lot of bots on there too. Like
really,
guys getting scammed.
Just someone got scammed.
No, I didn't get like just freaking. I didn't get scammed.
Like I haven't met a bot.
But like if you're on there, like
true,
not you just matching with them, but you just see they're just like fake.
Yeah, you can tell pretty quickly.
Like,
like
AI, OnlyFans bots.
He's like, yo, I'm talking to this girl. I'm like, bro, this AI.
You're like, that's
that has never happened. Disclose it right here.
Disclose. He's never been catfished.
I'm like, I think that's a dude.
But from seeing, like, they're not. It just doesn't seem like real people.
So my thing with dating apps is I feel like it creates a false sense of abundance.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have created these quick dopamine swipe and hits. And so it's ruined like our attention span or the ability, like you could go on an amazing date with a girl and then like you literally go home and you swipe when you get home. Like
brain rot.
It's brain rot.
Full skibidi, yeah.
It's so full skibidi. Wow.
Full skibidi toilet.
I love this.
He's deep in the brain
sure
rot.
You're 28? I love that. Brain rot. No. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't like it because it makes people think that they have, like, the grass is greener, or like I'm FOMO, or I'm missing out on something that could potentially be the best. So I think it's ruined dating. I think social media has ruined dating.
That is true.
It's like the old school, like approaching someone and like wanting to get to know that person. And instead of being like, but I've got like 50 options back when I can get home, you know? So, and I don't think there's high quality people in there. However, that being said, I have friends that meet their spouses on dating apps. I haven't had a lot of luck. I feel like it's very casual. It's just there for validation, for Instagram followers.
Yeah.
But how do you meet people?
OnlyFans links.
Yes. Yeah. You probably get that a lot, you guys, huh?
Yeah.
OnlyFans girls?
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I don't like dating apps, but I also don't know where to meet people. So maybe
because social media has just kind of like destroyed the fact of just getting out there and meeting people. Because like you said,
it's ruined it.
Both sides of like the relationship, men, women, social media has just kind of like made us think a different way. Like you said, like there's just a bunch of options. You could okay, I'll just pull it up and just go find other options out there. So it kind of destroys that sense of reality based on what it used to be, where you just had to just go out and actually meet people and talk to each other. Now it's more so like, how many followers do you have? What is this? What is that? Like
less for girls. I think less for girls. If you're a pretty girl, you always can have options.
Nah,
medium-looking guy is tough.
Yeah,
it definitely
but then
takes
you got to play the game,
more.
And then you got to get the followers, and then you got to build everything, and then you got to I think
that is true.
There is the game, and you have the current game is how it is, and you just gotta win. This
when you
game.
ask like, is it easier for guys or girls on dating apps? I think that guys think like, oh, girls have all these options. Yeah, we probably have 500 people liking us.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 5 people out of those 500 are even decent.
Right.
So like, yes and no. Like I don't have a lot of luck on dating apps. Like, but I'm really picky. I mean, Texas has been easier for me to date like than here. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's always people liking your profile, but they're like probably 5% is actual legitimate candidates. What about you guys? I feel like there's prettier women than there are good looking men. I feel like it can't be that. Are you guys on the apps?
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Did you have any luck from the apps when you were on it?
Yeah, but
you did, yeah.
But it's just like whatever.
True. And as a man, I feel like it's probably easier because you're kind of leading the show. Like you're the one that has the capacity. Like, let me take you out on a date. I feel like these guys just want to be like pen pals.
I think once you maybe get a match on there, it's maybe easier to take control from there once it's matched. But getting the actual matches, I feel like are easier for the women. Yeah. Just because there's a higher.
That's true.
Like you said, like there might be 1,000 in there, but you could also pick and choose who you want. Whereas maybe for the guys, you only get like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then from there you pick. Whereas the girl maybe has a lot more options, but you also have the option to just choose.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit.
And it's tough too. Like I'm actually really funny, but like, how can I portray that on my like dating profile? Like you wouldn't know that, right? Like you wouldn't know that I'm really funny and like outgoing from my profile. Like I'm just posting like hot pictures. So I tried to make it funny this last time that I went on. I think one of my prompts was like,
you're like, send me a selfie.
Yeah. I'm like, instant ick, instant ick. All I ask is that you send me a picture of your dad so I see how you'll age. I thought that was funny. I got crazy funny responses.
Then what did he say then?
One guy was like, my dad's...
Send a pic of your mom.
Yeah, no, someone said that, and I was like, that's fair. I'll send a picture of my mom. She's cute.
What if he ghosted you after you sent a pic of your mom?
Damn. But it's not my rejection, it's my mom.
Yeah, it's the worst.
One guy was like, you'll have to take my word for it. Like, my dad didn't return after 29 years of getting the milk or something funny. Like, I was like, oh... Damn. Okay.
That's deep.
Yes, yeah.
Don't even know the guy. You're already hurting him.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I tried to make it funny, but you'd never know like my personality based on that.
Right. No.
Yeah. And that's the hard thing. Yeah.
But with you can kind of know.
What? Like
if you have a podcast, people can like, if they want to stalk you, they can.
True. I feel like, I mean, again, it's being authentic and it's going to weed out a lot of people, but I do feel like me having a podcast, guys are like,
Really?
Yeah. Maybe not so much anymore, but like in the beginning, yeah, I feel like it definitely weeded guys out. They're like, I don't want to date a girl with a podcast.
Well, good. It's good to weed people out.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't understand why.
Do they give a reason, or is it?
I mean, I think it's just like they're worried, like I'll talk about them, or dating or whatever, and.
Oh no! You just make the rules.
Yeah.
Some things are off topic and some.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like people I actually legitimately care about, like I'm not talking about my dating.
Right.
Yeah, if you are a terrible person and I have the worst date ever,
that's gonna come on air.
Yeah, like probably.
But
but
7 drinks in your body.
Right, but I actually really like that dude.
He's listening right now. He's like,
oh,
was that me?
Yeah, no, I love that dude. I actually like not exchanging social media with guys in the beginning. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
It's a tool for us.
It is a tool. Like for us, I don't know, especially if you have like a little bit more of a following too. It definitely helps.
Like you want girls to see your social media.
Yeah. Because it's just more like credibility, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's more credibility and it's maybe.
But also, do you want a girl who cares about this?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it depends what your intention is with the girl. Like if you're just trying to
get a little worried when guys are like, what's your Instagram? I'm like, ugh. Like, because I just don't know what it's portraying. Like, I don't. Like, I'd rather have you get to know me and then, like, in person, just one date so you know my personality, and then I'll give you my social media. Of course, I'm only posting hot pics, but does it show me my personality? Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I guess it depends, like, what the intention is with the person. Like, for us,
your guys' social media is great. You're, like, successful. Big following. Like, good job.
We have to play the game. We're playing the game.
Yeah. So, like, obviously it helps, like, if we're out or whatever, it's like, what's your Instagram? And then
you're like, oh.
Sometimes it's like get a little
exactly. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Like sometimes maybe a little bit of an ego boost if they're like, like you seem kind of get wide eyed, but then at the same time you're like, maybe it's a little bit of a red flag, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's part of
girls that post, and I need you guys to be really honest.
I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah.
Girls that are posting like bikini pictures.
No.
But you'll still like it. No, you won't like it? A lot of dudes be liking that with their fingers.
A lot of guys.
You guys are high quality. Okay.
A lot of guys.
So that instant, with girls that are posting OnlyFans type photos, bikini photos.
For one purpose, but not for the
I think
anything that's be taken seriously is
because then you're just
casual,
like seeking attention from others that are outside of your relationship.
And then,
mainly because from personal experience, I dealt with maybe certain pictures that were not like nude, but like
what are you looking
more
more
like bikini pictures that not me.
Hold on, what? Yeah, we're like me and Richard.
But from experience of like having someone that posts like that,
like dated someone,
and then
you dated someone who did that.
Yeah. He's like, hell yeah.
He survived. Okay.
You guys are like, no. But you're like.
But like it is, especially if they don't listen either. If you're genuinely like, can you just not do that? Like, just why would you want that out on the internet when you're with someone that
so you questioned it,
taking seriously?
Did you question it?
What do you mean, like
when you were dating someone that did that?
Did I like question it to her? Like,
question it to her, or internally.
Oh no, I was like, what is this? Like, it's not acceptable.
And she still did it.
Yeah, she still did it.
Yeah.
What do you think about
that?
Should she do it, or is she her own person, or should she listen?
I think it's tricky. I think if you enter a relationship with this girl and she's already doing that, you're asking her to change. You can't expect someone to change in a relation. Like, I genuinely think you take people who they are. You're not going to usually change people.
Right.
If she wasn't doing that and then you're in a relationship and she starts doing that, that's freaking weird. And that's like, no.
I would say progressively over time, it got get a little bit more, and then it'd be
I don't think
more
it's
like,
appropriate. Yeah.
It'd be more like getting attention from other people, but like ways like, oh, this guy just sent me money for dinner or something.
But she ended up being a bad one anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's it's good lessons.
Was raised.
Hopefully she's not listening, but hey, I don't care either way.
But hey, yo, I miss you.
I miss you. He's like,
no, hell no.
I'll take it back.
Just kidding. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean, in the end, the true colors did show, because in the end, it's like, oh, this person, like, don't worry about.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about it.
They'll be married.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't say it. He did.
Wait, did you say married?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe true.
Maybe true.
Wow, that's crazy. Is that your worst dating story?
I mean, that was like a long-term relationship. That was
for
multiple years.
Wow.
But you were young.
I mean, yeah, you're also
it's
young.
Very good learning experience.
Absolutely.
It is. I think
have
it's
to.
the best learning experience because after that, I feel like I fully evolved as like a man, business, entrepreneur, or whatever. I feel like that's when things really start to happen because it was holding back in a certain way.
For sure.
So I think relationships can hold you back, but they could also make you do great things as well. It just depends, who you're with.
Right. And like you said, building together, like sharing the same vision.
Yeah.
How are you meeting women?
He's good. I would say just in public or honestly Instagram.
So Instagram is a tool.
Instagram is also a modern day dating app.
So, okay, from a guy's perspective, as a girl, what can I do to make my Instagram my dating profile? Or something.
That's a good question. It
what
depends.
do you want?
Yeah, it depends. What do you want?
I want to get remarried.
Remarried.
I love post like wholesome,
classy
modest,
pictures,
like,
modest,
wholesome pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
Then people are like, she
Okay.
seems like a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think if we see that and it's not like, half naked or whatever, not saying that's a bad thing, but depending on the situation you're trying to get into, we definitely look for something that's like a little bit more
wholesome.
Yeah,
closed
like,
off, wholesome.
You can flex.
Yeah.
Like, if you find a girl who's like super like modest, wholesome on Instagram, you like look at her Instagram. She's so like
that's probably like
so
the
nice.
biggest flex. Like versus the
it's better than like look at this bikini picture.
So no bikini. No.
I think that's even like a bigger flex to say over like cars and like money or anything. Like if you could say you have like a wholesome girl that's modest and
I love that.
Down to earth, I think that goes a lot further than other things that you have.
Okay.
Because that could also be your biggest asset.
Right.
Versus the other assets you have in terms of like money wise and stuff. I think having a girl that's like that is more of a flex.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. Maybe I need to be making my Instagram more because I'm not on the apps.
Do you have a lot of bikini pics on Instagram?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
But I'm also a mom too. Like I don't post my kids, but maybe I should. I don't know. I'm weird about it. Like now that I'm single.
Is it because like you don't want their like identities out there? Like maybe you could like blur the face. I know it's like kind of looks weird, but you could still get the best of both worlds. I try to post.
Sometimes I'll post on stories, so it's not permanent. I don't like
that makes sense.
I don't like it on my permanent feed of their faces.
I probably wouldn't post.
Yeah,
but I would put in my bio.
Like mama.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, in the bio,
Some like kid emojis or something.
Okay, yeah. I struggle with it because I don't want to come across as like, oh, I don't have any kids and I just party. I am a mom, but I don't want their identities on there.
I mean, I think if I had kids or one day when I do have kids, I would want to keep private too. Like, and then maybe just conceal like faces or something, just because I don't know.
Right.
It's a crazy world nowadays. And people, social media is just like better to keep certain stuff off.
You would want to filter out people that don't want to be with you because you have kids. So I would put in the bio.
It's very tricky too. I do feel like that's been an insecurity of mine too. Is like I feel like guys, but again, I mean that's part of me. I can't help it. They're awesome, but I feel like some guys wouldn't want to date me because I have kids. But maybe 100%. That'll filter. Yeah,
but that just helps get to the end goal quicker too. Because
exactly. It just filters them out.
If adding that helps weed them out, then you don't have to go through the process of like going on a date with them and then them figuring out, and then they're like,
it is
saves
awkward.
you a lot
I'll be
of time.
like, I'm like, oh, I'm a mom or I'm a MILF.
Would you date someone who has
probably not
kids?
his age?
No, Nick.
My age.
Would you date someone who has kids?
At his age, I doubt it.
Right
now,
he
finds a girl who's like, let's say 2 years older.
Right.
She has 2 kids.
Right.
I
would say no, just because I want to build up with that person and have that first experience. Because I feel like if they've already been through the experience, then if we eventually do have a kid of our own, it's not the same because it's not like the first time going through it. I prefer to just go have that first experience with that person that you're building up with.
Yes.
And I feel like it's more special and intimate between the two of you.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Same.
It's not a bad thing. It's just preference.
And what's experience? You're gonna see Nick with like an OnlyFans girl who posts bikini pics who has 3 kids already. That's your future wife.
Yeah.
He's like completely the opposite. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. What are your guys' future goals in business?
For me personally, like obviously we're doing luxury real estate right now. I think in that field is just to, keep getting high-end clientele, like breaking into higher price ranges. And then we film a lot too. We do a lot of like, YouTube and Instagram. So the goal is to keep building that up, but then exploring to like other states to film.
Right. Okay.
We've done it a couple times in like Utah and Miami. So doing more of that, building that up, and then capitalizing on like that clientele deals, and then putting that into like other ventures together.
Are you guys only in Vegas doing real estate, or are you in other states?
We are not licensed in other states,
Okay.
but we have like referral partners we work with.
Okay, yeah.
So we have a network of people where it helps us because we're not spending time and money on like a license there.
Right.
And then we get a cut of what they make
yeah.
too. So it's easy just to like make a call like, hey, I got someone coming to Florida, blah, blah, blah. Can you take care of them? And then
you get like a finder's fee kind of situation.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
cool.
I would say for me, I just want to keep setting up systems
Yes.
so I can make money.
Yes.
But I also, like, my priority is to hang out with my family.
Okay.
So like set up systems so I don't have to be somewhere.
So you can eventually
so I can
settle
like
down.
play golf with my dad at the end of golf.
Right. Yeah.
Is he here? Is he?
No, everyone is in Sweden except my sister. She's in France.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you think you'd ever go back to Sweden?
I like it here.
Yeah.
But I never say never. But I don't know. I like here. I like Florida. I like Dubai, Portugal.
Fun.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
Sweden.
just traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to travel a lot too.
I
so
love
like
it.
traveling more.
But I'll be wherever my family is.
I love that.
Yeah.
And do you guys travel together ever?
Yeah, we went to Sweden last August
Fun.
for like 3 weeks, and then we're going again. And
We're going to Switzerland, Sweden, and Germany.
Really?
Next month, yeah.
No, just fun. Just for fun, or are you gonna do any business or?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
And it's my brother's wedding. So you found the one. Not on a dating app.
How?
She actually worked at my parents' business.
No way,
as a
really?
receptionist, and then they met.
Cute.
And he,
okay.
Yeah.
Not on the app.
Not on the app.
Not on the
very
app.
organic. They've been together for like 10 years.
Oh, I love that. Kids yet or no?
No, after the wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Crispy
Okay.
popping them out.
Yeah.
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 shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris. Okay, well, you guys, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
thanks for having
You
us
guys
on.
are the
Thank you for
best.
having
All
us.
right, so I'll drop your Instagram handles in the show notes.
100%.
And then if you're in luxury real estate, need any representation, you guys are the guys.
Yeah, we do every price range too, not just luxury.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Luxury
We try to
It's
make
like-
a luxury experience.
It's like a luxury experience catered to any price range.
Which is kind of
Any
fun.
price
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
Yeah,
If,
okay.
if someone buys a condo for like 200K, you make it super luxury. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun for them too.
Okay, so any price range. That's
Right,
good to
right,
know.
yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like if you saw your social media, you'd be like, oh, like if you're just trying to get like a normal house.
Oh
or-
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
we
be
get that
afraid to
actually.
reach out. Yeah,
we
because
get
it
that.
does happen, but we just market a lot of those. But yeah, we do anything.
Okay,
marketing.
perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks
you.
for having us.